Hey everyone, here we're talking about Flipaclip Master, and apparently a good journey of y'all think I am one, which I clearly have no struggle of saying I'm not. I don't have that much animations. I get pretty lazy on most of them. I feel like I could do better because most of the time I do get lazy and decide to just reuse it. And not just that, but there's not really much movements. So yeah, sometimes they have storylines, but y'all get confused on them. But anyways, here I'm going to show you one of my most favorite Flipaclip animations I have done, and then talk about how bad it is and why it isn't one. And once again, I have some things to complain about this. This is just an endless loop, and it's just not much things going on. Yeah, there's different scenes, but what is exactly going on? There's a part where I could do more animations and did more scenes in that scene, but decided to just use the same one, except for just changing it, which is pretty lazy in my eyes, and not really of a master thing. And not just that, but what in the world's going on with Dom's hair? Isn't that sideburns? Why is it moving? And what the heck is going on with his tears? That does not look right. And yeah, that's my opinion on my own animation. That sucks.
But I was busy thinking about boys. I was busy dreaming about boys. Head is spinning thinking about boys.
This is actually a collab with me and my friend. It's actually my first collab that I actually ever done. But there's some things I have to complain about my part between this. Yes, the animation is very smooth and stuff, but there is a couple of things I do not like. One of them is how Winket's nose keeps getting bigger and smaller every movement she does. Another one is that her wings kind of change and then starts moving in one certain part. And whenever Winket moves her arms and hands, her hands are not even there. Technically, why did I say hands? There's no hands there, which is one thing I need to complain about. And her arms seem to be very skinny in between moving parts, which is a thing I need to really bothers me. The secret gardening that I made, one of the most popular videos I have, is very bad actually. One thing is, like I say, when she throws up, technically she's throwing up her tears and stuff because it's technically water what she's throwing up. It's actually paint because it's a substitute for water. But anyways, getting off topic. There's some things I need to complain about this. One thing is when she's throwing up water and technically purple paint, her arms look very weird looking to the side and looks kind of bothers me. One thing is that her tears kind of change-ish. Like, yeah, they're still the same color, but between that part, her tears get off of her face. But in other scenes, her tears do not get off her face, but only limits to going on the edge of her face. Another thing is when Wing Cat opens her eyes and stuff, her eyes kind of move in this weird kind of movement, which makes it a bit choppy and looks a bit weird. Another step in the beginning, you may not see it, but her hair kind of flips in the other side, and it looks a bit choppy if you look very closely to the animation. It does not look that smooth as it seems. This animation is not that good, and not just that, but there is a redrawn scene here that people complain about being traced. That isn't traced, that is redrawn, and you could overlap it, and it's super, duper, duper not even on top-ish, or it's like way off. You could tell it's not traced.
Trying to talk that shit. Give me the balloons, I'ma pop that big.
In the beginning, there's not much animation. It's just like this weird thing of her talking. I could have done a little bit better intro for it. And notice that when she's letting go of the balloon and when she's turning, her body looks a bit skinny on the edge of her face, and the balloon is not floating away far enough, considering this weird movement. And also when she says, "You float too," as in like it zoomed to her face and stuff, that is kind of a bit lazy if I haven't seen it. And black and white, it's wow, what a cheap way to get rid of it to make it look cooler. Things to complain about this. When she looks at the beginning, it just takes her a while to do that, which I could give her a given fact, but when she turns her head and opens her eyes, kind of looks a bit weird and a little bit weird movements. And when she says, "I lose my eyes, I believe they took my ears," her ears and her eyes magically disappear, making it look a bit weird. And when as you see them, as you hold them in your arms, part also looks a bit weird. As you see in her eye movements, and looks a bit mixed. I could have put an extra scene in there to make it look way smoother. And when Flower Gem, which is our fusion daughter, by the way, people, when she looks at her hands, one of the scenes of that looks a bit weird as well. And her eyes are not even colored, which is a bit lazy because she actually has eye colors, not just black. But also in certain scenes, there's not really much animations either, which is like this. Oh, change this frame, change to this frame, make it look. The most thing I can say I like about this is how there's different scenes and more likely a story going on. But the story is a bit similar to Cupcake, which is also a bit, but at least there's a story going on in here. At least that's something, and you might get confused at the end. Just lose eyes at the end. Good job.
Feel the hate with you staring up across the room. I dare you play your cards, boy, you bet on the translator too. Strongest you.
You can sit, Brian? Yes.
This one I'm going to give positive notes and negative notes. In the beginning, everyone keeps thinking it's traced, which is actually not. It's heavily referenced. So I tried my best to get as close as possible, which came out too well, which making people believe it's traced, which it isn't. I believe some of my fans even still think it's traced, but sadly, if I wish to prove you wrong in any kind of way, if I had actually proof of me drawing it, I would, but I don't know how to record on Flipaclip, which is pretty sad because I would have showed y'all, but But anyways, off topic. The animations here is pretty decent in the beginning. There's more animations here in the beginning than Skulu's animation, just letting y'all know. But also there is a bit weird overlapping thing, which means it keeps repeating during after that part, which is no storyline anymore. Which kind of makes it look a bit weird, and how some of the timing is a bit off now. I'm not sure what you're thinking, but okay, me. Oh, there's also a couple other things. When Wingcat changes her shirt, that might make people get suspicion, saying, why does she change this? Well, it's because people keep saying I was copying Skulu too much when I made Wingcat wear Skulu's clothing. So I changed her clothing the rest of the animation, because during the animation I was doing it, people were complaining about the sneak peeks I was giving them in the beginning animation. So I decided to make the rest of the animation Wingcat wearing her rest of her clothing. Great job, me. It looks a bit weird. It makes people believe it's traced. Whoa, boy, there's a couple things I complain about this. When it goes black and white, in some of the scenes, Wingcat doesn't have a neck, and there's some things that are missing. So that clearly means that it's kind of bit lazy animation and a bit rushed. And her hair kind of moves and goes in different kind of angles and keeps changing each scene, which kind of makes it look a bit weird. And also when Wingcat begs her hand up and down, it looks also kind of a weirdish movement to actually kind of have it a little bit. It looks smooth and all that, but if you look closely, there's a bunch of things going on and a bunch of things messing up, which looks a bit weird. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this about me technically having complaints about my own animations, which I don't see why y'all like or think it's a Flipaclip Master on. And I'm really hoping that some of you guys don't have to, but some of you guys make expression characters' faces, which usually means you make my character sad, mad, and these kind of things, so I don't need to use old drawings that I have that have Wingcat happy, sad, and all this. So it could make it easier for me to do all this. Thank you, and guys, I hope you enjoy your day.